Last time we were together, I told you all about the Ultimate Vocabulary's word lists and how these word lists provide you with hundreds of conveniently categorized words that make it easy to match word lists to your vocabulary learning goals. No matter which list you choose, all the words on it are words that you can start learning right now. I also mentioned that when you use Ultimate Vocabulary, you aren't limited to learning only these words. That's because Ultimate Vocabulary includes a Make Your Own Word List option. Whenever you're ready, you can start creating customized word lists so that you can laser focus your learning. How you make your own word lists in Ultimate Vocabulary and why you might want to do this are the topics of today's lesson. Let's start the lesson by giving some examples of why you would want to create your own word lists. The simple answer is because you can. Plus, you'll find that there are times when doing so just makes sense. A good example is supplementing vocabulary instruction you're getting elsewhere. I'm no longer in school, but my daughter is. Each week, my daughter's English teacher gives her a list of vocabulary words that the class will be learning. At the end of the week, my daughter and her classmates are tested on these vocabulary words, and the test receives a letter grade which is factored into her overall grade for the grading period. My daughter already has tools she can use to learn the vocabulary words her teacher gives her each week. She has her book. She has her classroom instruction. She has homework. But even with all those tools, she sometimes gets the answers to test questions wrong, and that affects her grade. But now that she owns Ultimate Vocabulary, she uses the Make Your Own Lists feature to create unique vocabulary lists that consist of the words assigned by her English teacher. She creates a new list every week to coincide with the words that she's learning in class. In addition to her books, classroom instruction, and homework, she now has one more tool she can use to not only learn, but really master her school vocabulary lessons. By making her own word lists in Ultimate Vocabulary, which, as you'll see in a few moments, is incredibly easy, she has access to all the learning resources that are built right into the software. And all of these resources are available right at her fingertips. If you remember from the last lesson, these are things like Word Discover, a new technology that gives you more information on your words in one place than was previously available anywhere. 50 usage examples for each word sorted in order by most common to least common. The ability to explore words visually and enhance learning using the Word Explorer tab. The ability to learn all about a word's history, origin, and derivations. One-click access to Wikipedia so you can easily check what Wikipedia has to say about the words that you need to study. One-click access to Wiktionary so you can do things like hear how to properly pronounce the word, view antonyms and synonyms, and more. Ultimate Vocabulary even lets you add your own notes and images to the words that you're studying to help you enhance your learning experience. And because Ultimate Vocabulary has built-in testing and tracking programs, my daughter can easily test and retest as many times as she feels is necessary. She loves using the tracking tools to see how much she's improved and how well her hard work is paying off. So not only is she building her vocabulary, she's building her confidence at the same time. Needless to say, her test grades have vastly improved since she started supplementing her learning with Ultimate Vocabulary. But best of all, my daughter actually looks forward to learning because she says it's more fun when she uses Ultimate Vocabulary to help learn her vocabulary. That's a really great example, and it's one that applies to children in any grade. But there are plenty of other really good examples of why you might want to make your own lists. Here's another. Maybe you love to read, but find you occasionally encounter words that you're not 100% certain you know the definition of. You have a general idea of the word's meaning, and how the author used it seems to make sense, so you're able to continue reading. But you'd feel more comfortable if you were 100% certain of the meaning of these words. If so, all you'd have to do is add those words into a new custom word list as you encounter them. Then when you're ready to spend your 10 to 15 minutes a day with Ultimate Vocabulary, you'll be able to access all the software's same learning resources I mentioned in the previous example. Study these words as time allows, and before you know it, you'll know exactly how, when, and under what situations to use those words. Here's another example. Maybe you're trying to learn all of the different parts of a flower. Maybe you're being tested. Maybe you're not. That doesn't matter. Maybe identifying the different flower parts is something that you've always wanted to know. You have a diagram of the various flower parts, and they're marked and identified in your book. You could continue to study from the book if that's what you wanted to do. But Ultimate Vocabulary offers you another option. Instead of relying on the book, you could make a new word list titled Flower Parts, and then add all of the terms from the diagram in the book into the new word list that you just created. As in the previous two examples, since you've built this unique flower parts word list in your Ultimate Vocabulary, you have instant access to all of this software's useful and very powerful learning resources. I used the example of flower parts, but the same example applies whether you're trying to learn car parts, or body parts, or pool filter parts. You could also use the Make Your Own List feature to create unique lists of job-related words so you can become more knowledgeable about your career or profession. You could even make your own lists to keep track of common crossword words. I think you're beginning to see that the reason users have for wanting to make their own word lists are endless. I'll bet you even thought of a few of your own reasons while you sat there listening to my examples. If you did, that's fantastic. It's a sign that you truly are ready to start improving your vocabulary. Like any type of make-it-yourself project, success begins with a willingness to want to do it. You'll be happy to know that, unlike other products, all of Ultimate Vocabulary's features are available to teach you your custom words. And that means you don't need to enter your own definitions and examples. Ultimate Vocabulary can automatically access this information for all words in its 160,000 plus word database. So go ahead and choose as many or as few words to add to your custom word list as you like. Whenever you need to, you can always add more words to this list. Or you can create a new, entirely different word list. The choice is yours. Your custom word list is ready to go as soon as you enter your words. That's it. I told you it was easy. And that concludes this lesson. For my next lesson, I'm going to explain the difference between passive versus active vocabulary. Even if you think you know the difference, tune in anyway. You might find that the difference isn't what you think.